started the power play, as we mentioned. New look opening pair for West Indies show that apart from qualifying for that World Cup, Sri Lanka, very experienced team as well with a mix of youth. Shimanta Chimera. Of course, we expect to see Hasaranga and Tikshana later on with ball in hand. Chase did indicate that there was some spin out there, so they'll enjoy this.
A swing and a miss to finish the first over. 8-minute loss to West Indies.
Middle, please. Thank you.
Asita Fernando takes a new ball from the other end, shorter in stature.
Asita Fernando.
Average of 31 on the way under, a run a ball. It's a big swing and a miss. Last ball of the last over. 2 slips, standard field.
Fernando, much shorter in comparison to his opening partner, Chamira. Has built a career on perseverance. Asita Fernando, intense character, and mentioned trying to bowl on that off stump line to get that edge in play. And he's someone that will look to bowl that sort of line and length. If there's any swing out there, he'll look to extract it.
Flashing willow. We're close to the boundary. Pull back just inside. Hear the horns.
Yeah.
Shimanta Chamira, last ball, the last over. Angling it away, full in length. A little bit of dust again. Was it a nick? It looked like it was. I didn't hear anything. No one outside saw anything. These guys are disgusted. Chance missed. A chance taken, not reviewed.
Coaching staff certainly can't believe it. I'll be honest with you, Carlos. I thought I heard something, but no reaction from anyone. Probably just thought maybe just some wind in the microphone. But wow, chance missed early on for Sri Lanka.
Well, never listened to me. I thought, sorry, that's a Lanka. I thought I heard something there missed by about 3 or 4 feet. I didn't hear anything there, and it actually nicked. Fine margins, very fine margins. Hammered to the leg side, picked up off a line, may not go to the boundary. Yes, these have shown real intent with the bat. Let's listen. I didn't hear anything there either. But if it was reviewed, it would have been out. So reprieve for John Campbell. Justin Graves has played a couple of attacking shots now, none for boundary just yet. A flare through the offside and then a pull. And it's one of the reasons why I love someone like Cushel Mendes, because although they aren't power players, you see them as touch players. You still have to have that positive, aggressive intent. Patrick Nisanka, same thing. Yes, it's okay to be a touch player and like to essay the ball all along the ground. You have to know when to climb into a short delivery, throw your hands at a wide one, and then when to be disciplined and to leave it. Or defend it suddenly like that to close up the second over. 12 without loss. Campbell and Graves have started the response. Carty, Hope and Rutherford. You think that that is where the bulk of runs will come from. And then Roston Chase and Matthew Ford in the engine room will hope to finish. The team like this and the 3-4-5 is jam-packed and as efficient as those three are. Shamira around the wicket, looking to cramp. John Campbell for room does just that. With a power packed 3-4-5. You want your openers to come to the fore and get your team off to a good start. But I'm looking at that number 6, 7 and 8 position. Chase, Ford and Moti. It's no longer a bridge necessarily, but more about impact. So if by 3, 4 and 5 are going to bat the bulk of the overs and score big runs, then I'm looking for Chase, Ford and Moti. Alzari Joseph would want to be put into that conversation as a bowling all-rounder. Shamar probably would want to be as well. Uppish, but safe. You then want your engine room to be impactful, not take long to get in, and I think that is why it may go against Django with this setup. It may even go against a Shamron Hetmeyer, because it's not necessarily now about the best player, but it's a player that can play the role the best. So if you do bring in a Shamron Hetmeyer, you take out a Matthew Ford or a Roston Chase for that matter, you weaken your bowling slightly. I actually really like seeing 6 bowlers for the West Indies. I know Justin Graves didn't bowl a ball, but it meant that if Budikish Moti didn't bowl well, or another bowler, whoever that may be on the day, that you have enough in your stocks that you can bowl 50 overs of quality bowling.
Such an important point you made there, Carlos. And the key thing I took from that is the role identification. Having the players come in the position that you want them to and perform in that role. And again, it starts from identifying the role that you want them to play, especially with your eye on possible World Cup. If they qualify, first business here, looking to qualify. Who are the players that you need to put in these key positions to take you forward?
It gives clarity to the players, and it also gives clarity to the players below them. You know, if I come into the team, this is the role I'd have to play. Django, if he doesn't play, he's done well. He's deserved his squad selection. You think a Django or Shamron Hetmeyer on the outside looking on would have to think that number 4, 5, well not number 4, but I sure hope he's one of the best to ever done it for us. Number 5, Shafin Rutherford, if he drops form, that's where you slip in. I don't think none of them are openers. Django may want to put his hand up to open if any of these two fail. So all of a sudden you start to see where the potential cracks are. Players can train for the particular roles. It's so good to have competition for places. Shamar Springer just missed out on World Cup selection, having got a a hat trick against Afghanistan. Short, rushed, but a boundary. That was quick.
Lucky for the batter, John Campbell. He'll take that. But a really quick delivery there from what he's known for. I think Sri Lanka won't mind that too much. Him rushing the batter. Look at it, it climbed on him quickly. Was in no position to play that shot. Lucky for him, he got the top edge enough. The pace taking it over.
That is the motion you make when you're jumped and you have a bowl of cornflakes in your hand and a spill. Seamer forced him to throw it his cornflakes. That is the visual representation of that statement. That was quick from Chamira. And again, uncomfortable and a chance. Test the brakes. Justin Graves got in. Wasn't a direct hit. The end of 3 overs, 20-minute loss.
Boys.
Vibrant Kingston as always. It's been an action-packed 3 overs. We've had pace. We've had a few nice strokes. Some food analogies that Stacey's loved.
The cornflakes for me, Carlos. I think it was just the perfect way to describe it, because if I'm a child looking on, most kids these days, they love their cornflakes. Again, that delivery, one after that, just as quick, into the rib cage. That's where you want to be delivering those shorter pitch deliveries.
Yeah, not. Trivia. When was the last time both teams' skipper was the wicket keeper in an ODI? Hunter ferociously climbed into that Justin Graves. He has his first boundary, and what a way to get it.
Yeah, extraordinary hands from him. Really quickly onto it. Asita not as quick as Chimera. That one was just burring down the leg side a touch. Just rolling around on it, Justin Graves. Yeah, wonderful from him.
And whipped squarer. Should look for a third if they could, but they can't. Justin Graves' ball before hooking for 4. Notice I said hook and not pull. So real throwback to yesteryear, getting inside of the line and pulling it or hooking it more toward fine leg. We know the modern ways to now get that head toward the ball and slap it in front of square. Best players of the short ball has that in their arsenal as well. The ability to watch the length, ride it, get inside of it, and pull it wide of fine leg. Good cricket. Got the boundary, got the 2. Not wanting to be static and staying still, punch to mid-on and get a single. That is the intensity that Weston power play. Even if you're not getting boundaries, get off strike.
I love that from Justin Graves, recognizing that can push with soft hands and get that single. You said it, Carlo. It's not just about boundaries. Singles are just as important.
Bullet, please.
Just wonder what. See if they can bring these team fight like now come into the circle. The backward squares going back. And that is the side to the Kingston Club Pavilion. So it's into the going with the wind. Just use the angle nicely instead of cross John Campbell. Just wonder if he could be a little bit fuller, Fernando. We know he gets a little bit of nibble either way. Doesn't have that 9:30 a.m. moisture that Jaden Seals would have been privy to use. Can he just get a
গাইসটা জলদি করে একসাথে একটু চ্যানেলটা সাবস্ক্রাইব করে দাও একসাথে জলদি করে চ্যানেল सब्सक्राइब बटन क्लिक कर गया सब्सक्राइब कर गया जल्दी सब्सक्राइब कर गया गाइस जल्दी सब्सक्राइब कर गया चैनल जल्दी सब्सक्राइब कर गया गाइस सब्सक्राइब कर गया मेरा चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर गया जल्दी सब्सक्राइब कर गया
No.
and high pace. Last over 144 kilometers per hour. Ball before was very uncomfortable for John Campbell, and then the follow-up was 145. He started this over 141. And in the Caribbean, we love to see pace, high pace. A real bounding run. And then a real nice push off. A throwback to yesterday, you don't see that many players get as high nowadays as he does. But he really springs up and out into that delivery stride.
Tall man Chimera, and he uses all of his height. Gets good bounce off the surface as well. He has been plagued by injuries I should say, throughout his career. It's really good to see him fit and firing. Strong Chimera, spearhead you can say of the Sri Lankan bowling attack. Such an invaluable member of this team.
Yeah, it's a tough job to be able to play all three formats as a seam bowler, as well as playing franchise cricket. One thing he's done well now is that brace front leg that you probably hear us talk about so much. Punching through the offside. May not run away for four, but again, bridging the field and getting a couple. Back to Chimera. It looks as though he's used an extended runner to kind of get over the injury issues, but I'm not privy to why he would have had those injuries. But it looks as though it's a lot about getting that rhythm into that bound and then getting up and then landing and getting over. Michael Holding, aka Whispering Death, probably the most rhythmic fast ball that we've ever laid our eyes on. Fast ball is such a beautiful art. You can do it more ways than one, but there are a few things that have to happen for you to be able to get up to that 140. He's been bridging it and surpassing it. Jamira. Shot from Justin Graves. Beautiful cover drive. Shots is 1-4 back home. Classical as ever.
Yeah, the delivery before played it in a similar direction, similar shot. Only went for 2 this time. The timing is exceptional. Kept finding us well. He's driving it spectacularly well on the up. Lanka there at the mid-off, unable to stop it. It was timed that well. Leonagi, I beg your pardon.
That delivery there is where I think the West batters can get a little bit better. Shea Hope probably does it the best. I saw Pusha Mendes do it earlier when Sri Lanka batted. When it's just outside off stump, maybe higher than off stump, or just outside, let's say, fourth, they're able to just let the ball come, hit the face of the bat without them hitting the ball and getting a single to third. I think that always prevents you from batting too many good deliveries. Shea Hope does it very, very well. Just drop the bat on the ball, get it down there, get off a strike, and watch it from the other end. It's close, and they've gone for it. Right on the pad. Pusha Mendes has seen enough. It's gone upstairs.
TV umpire director, we have a play review for LBW. Original decision is not out. It's a fair delivery. Can we go to front on, please? Doesn't appear to be any back. Can we just confirm with Alto Edge? Yeah, keep rolling that through. Flat line when the ball passes the back. Satisfied, no back involved. Can we go to ball tracking when ready? Original decision is knocked out. Pitching outside off. Impact outside. Leslie, you can stay with your original decision of not out. Stand by. The on-screen signal now.
Leslie Reefer has got it right again. 3 reviews. None overturned till now. 5 overs gone, 34 without loss.
जल्दी सब्सक्राइब कर गया जल्दी चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर गया गाइस जल्दी चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर गया
34 without loss, the West Indies ahead of Sri Lanka. Shoot into that 303 for 7. 304 required rate of run a ball at the moment. I see the Fernando to continue. He hasn't had the movement he would have hoped for the trap. Rolling in the evening. Send it straight up. Any moisture at all. He has a massive role to play. He's also bowling for Michael Holding it. One that had a little bit better covering of green grass. Well played by Justin Graves, looking for a quick single.
चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर गया नागी नेट कट गया नागी लाइट कट गया जल्दी सब्सक्राइब कर गया नाले नेट कट गया
Best of this generation. in the West Indies. Opening or batting in the middle. He's been the linchpin. Batting hand.
चैनल जल्दी सब्सक्राइब कर गया नाले लाइव कट गया
Deft from John Campbell. Just allowing the ball to hit the bat and guiding it beautifully through the third man region.
That was such a sweet touch from John Campbell, intentionally done. The slip came out, took his opportunity to just ride it down in that air.
গাইজরা জলদি করে কমেন্ট করো কারা জিতবে জলদি করে কমেন্ট করো কারা জিতবে জলদি করে কমেন্ট গাগা জলদি করে সাবস্ক্রাইব করবো জলদি সাবস্ক্রাইব করো ফার্স্ট সাবস্ক্রাইব গাইজ ফার্স্ট সাবস্ক্রাইব চ্যানেল ফার্স্ট সাবস্ক্রাইব চ্যানেল
Graves. It's been a very prolific area for him so far.
Yeah, Fernando hasn't found his length on the surface. A bit too short to Justin Graves. That time, a bit of a tough edge. And flies all the way for 6. And no one back there.
That pace. Unfortunately, you see the Fernando, I had that lack of pace as well. You have to be so sure when you are bowling your short ball. He's taken his fine leg up into the circle, square leg back. Justin Graves isn't that traditional puller in front of square. He hooks the ball. So can you switch those two fielders if you're going to bowl short? Bang again. This time in front of square. Picked up the length. Neither good length, neither short. Justin hit me and it hit me, he did, Justin.
That is such a superb shot from Justin Graves. Again, just watching it right onto his bat and swinging the hips in connection, showing that he got it in front of square, that fielder you just spoke about, Carlos.
That brings up the 50 off 35 balls. Talk about that supporting cast with 3, 4 and 5. Well, 1 and 2 aren't trying to be upstaged. It's a very good start so far for the West Indies. And again, looking for a single. Good finish to the over from Fernando. Good comeback. End of 6, 50 without loss.
সাবস্ক্রাইব করো ফার্স্ট সাবস্ক্রাইব করো ফার্স্ট সাবস্ক্রাইব করো
16 runs in the last over. And you can see a steady start from the West Indies in their pursuit of 350 without loss. Chamira continues from around the wicket to John Campbell. He started over and got picked up for 6. I think he wants to change the angle, keep the stumps in play. Just like that, and it's a chance, and it's a direct hit. There was a little bit of a shift from John Campbell to evade the bowler.
TV umpire to direct there, we have an umpire for run out.
That is close.
You can have your side on angle, please. Yeah, you can just freeze it there. That is short and the belt is dislodged. I'm ready to make my decision for the screen.
John Campbell, 1 out for 17, 50 for 1 the West Indies. Casey Carty at number 3, a healthy average of 41. Very, very close to 42. He's been prolific at this number 3 position and made it his own. He's here because of this.
You heard John Campbell in the mic. He said, go, go, go. He was so sure he was going to make his ground. But Janet Gayanaga was quick to the ball, and a direct hit. There's always going to be questions. And in the end, Sri Lanka picking up their first wicket by way of a run out. They are elated in that huddle. Not what you would have wanted to see as a West Indian fan. Sure that coaching staff as well. Start that the West Indies have had so far, 50 coming up in no time. Batting looked quite easy out there for these two. Well, beg your pardon, have been challenged by Chimera. But they've taken their opportunities when it came to score. So it looked good for West Indies, but then that wicket came.
I think as a coaching staff, you have to commend the intent to push the fielders. Justin Grace has done it on a couple of occasions with a couple of twos. Did it with a punch to mid-on for a single. And I just wonder how much of John Campbell having to evade Chimera in his follow-through would have broken his momentum and stopped him from getting his ground. But the intent was right. The execution, however, because he's lost his wicket, we have to say it went to right. Still think it's good thinking, it's good intent. You get it to mid-off and mid-on, and you run a single. He didn't time it well, but that, just having to go around Chimera, you break momentum, you lose rhythm, and this level is about split seconds. And how much of that loss of momentum, Chimera did nothing wrong, by the way. running in, he's followed through. He did try to get out of the way, and it was just head-on collision about to happen. Successfully evaded, thankfully for Campbell. What a shot from Justin Graves, again, off the back foot, punching imperiously through the offside.
Love that shot from Justin Graves. Hitting it on the up, driving on the up spectacularly well, and picking the gappers also. Yeah, look at that. Such a beautiful sight to see when he drives on the up, Graves. Chimera is happy with that line. A bit too wide, offering up the opportunity to free his arms.
জলদি সাবস্ক্রাইব করো, জলদি সাবস্ক্রাইব করো চ্যানেল। ভাইরা জলদি ব্রাদার সাবস্ক্রাইব প্লিজ চ্যানেল।
Glorious. And then that one not coming through. Interesting to see where he made contact. If it was Justin Graves getting out in front of his body, if it was a pitch starting to hold. Hit the bottom. I think that's Justin Graves. I think you have to stay in your box. The shot before was beautiful because of the timing, where he made contact.
Please subscribe my channel. Please subscribe my channel.
Smile on his
Guys,
face said it
please
all.
subscribe
As if
my
to say, I
channel.
got away with that.
Please subscribe my
Perhaps you
channel.
could even argue that he probably could have gone through with the shot. There's a bit of a check in his drive. Field is in mid-off, is that mid-off in the circle?
It's like there's a little bit of fortune. Needs to run and run hard. It's a chase to the boundary. Two guys are after it. Another two for Justin Graves. Inside edgy. You want to ensure he has a little bit more control. Played a beautiful shot a couple balls ago. It's felt a little bit chaotic for the two balls after that. Trying to punch again, this time off the front foot. Just wonder how much of it then comes down to the ball getting a bit softer. You saw the slow balls from the rest of the seamers leaving some.
Please guys subscribe my channel. Please guys subscribe my channel.
To play. Maybe we've seen it start to change already with the inconsistency and pace. Ball legs to finish. 7 gone, 56 for 1, the West Indies.
Hold on, boys. No ball. No ball, boys. No ball. No ball. Whoop, ready? No ball.
Questions you ask Carlos about the nature of the surface. I'm sure a lot of that will be answered when the spinners come into the attack. But for now,
Please guys subscribe my channel. Please guys subscribe my channel. Please guys.
Back heel on the line, of course, something needs to be behind it. So a chance for Justin Graves. See how far he can hit it out of the stands.
He needs to make contact first. Because the ball unit, you never want to give freebies, literally freebies with a free hit to the batting team. He was close the overall so beautifully, Chimera, with a free hit. Smash through the offside, not tight. To finish the over. So we think it's the end of the 7th, and the score is 59 for 1.
A good start for the West Indies, an important strike for Sri Lanka via the run-out route. Very different outlook from West Indian point of view. Sri Lanka with 30 odd After power play one, change in bowling from the Michael Bowling and Tikshana into the attack. This is where things can potentially get interesting. He doesn't have a slip at the moment. I don't know if that delivery will encourage one. Encourages another fielder to the offside, backward point. So 5-4, offside dominant. There's some problems straight away. Good afternoon, Jimmy. Hi. Some bowling with the wind blowing heavily across the ground as we look from left to right, which will give him drift if he gives it time. Offside field, short third man, short backward point, short cover, extra cover, mid off, all in the ring. 2 men deep, long on, and deep mid wicket. As my co-commentator suggested, putting a slip in. Short third man coming round to his right. Yeah, maybe just wanted a couple deliveries to settle down Tikshana, because the slip is in for the more settled of the two batters out in the middle. Graves 39 from just the 30 deliveries at the top of the order. Trying to be inventive, is it needed? And right away, slip dropping back into extra cover, and there's a reversal. Everyone moving 4 or 5 yards to their left, so there's a short third man, backward point, and a cover point, all in the ring on the offside. They always felt that in the second innings, Jimmy, it would be down to this contest with Tikshana and the West Indian batters, as well as Hasaranga, who no doubt will feature imminently, which hasn't offered too much to the fast bowlers. A good start for Tikshana. Just the one by 60 for 1. Blob run out of John Campbell after very entertaining and enterprising opening partnership. We're still on to 50. Change in bowling from the Courtney Walsh end. And Lanka replaces Dushmanza Chamira. He too does not start with a slip. Third and deep backward square, his two fielders out. What challenges does he bring now? Kesikati off the mark, just easing it through mid-wicket for a comfortable couple of runs. Gets his innings off and running. A lot depending on Kesikati, who's had a really good start to international one-day cricket. Lanka to get on. Well, I would say that was the first miscue that I've seen from Justin Greaves in his innings to date. The absolutely so to absolutely hammer that straight back past the bowler. Identifying the plans of the bowler, looking to bowl straight and full. Goes full again. Top delivery this time. 12 from the over 72 for 1. Thank you. Break. Some early separation between these two. Still a long way to go in this contest. Remember, West Indies chasing history. It would be the highest successful run chase at this venue in this format. 303, that's what they're looking to hunt down. Tikshana will continue. We are ready. Whoa! It's an edge again, and still he does not have that slip. I think that there must be some wicket-taking option for the spinner, the main threats in this bowling lineup, and he has the variety. Good. Go on. Hey, man, I got the other, man. Hey, man, Come here. Come lads. Ball in. They're just on the score, how impressive this start has been. Jimmy is the highest West Indies score in Formula 1 since the 2023 World Cup. A few years ago, West Indies, through Darren Sammy and the director of cricket, Miles Bascom, they introduced a bonus point system in our list A cricket. Giving himself too much room. And that's the skill and quality of Mahesh Tikshana. He is a wicket taker. And Graves took one chance too many. He has to go. The second one down for the West Indies. Ball pitching just short of a good length. A little bit too close for that shot. Not only close in line, but close in length. A little bit too full. Justin Graves trying to give himself enough room, succeeding only in getting ball. He goes for 45 from 38. The West Indies now lose their second wicket at 73. West Indies team, Shehu, with his exceptional record, makes his way out to the middle. 19 ODI centuries to his name. 11 with the great Brian Lara, only behind Chris Gale. Trying to hit that one through the offside. Leg stomp, knocked back. That's indicative of the amount of room that he gave himself. Was it necessary? Some people might speak to the mental acuity, the game awareness, and all of that. I'm sure Justin Graves himself will reflect upon that dismissal. Time now for the skipper, slipping position for him for the new battle. Off the mark straight away. His experience, calmness, and composure. His equanimity will be needed.
Western is now with two fairly new batsmen at the crease in need of another partnership. Carty takes a single off the last delivery in the power play period. 10 overs gone. West Indies 75 for 2.
In the power play, boys. Yeah.
After 10 overs, a massive disparity, 32 for 1. Sri Lanka setting things up, challenging conditions with the preparatory moisture. West Indies, they've raced along to 75 for 2. Prolific pair out in the middle, and Casey Carty and Shehu. It was an enterprising start for the West Indies in power play 1. Campbell signaled his intention quite early along with Justin Graves. They really took the attack to the Sri Lankans. Some crisp stroke play along the way. Half-century partnership. There was a run out before dismissal. 2 wickets falling in that power play. Shehope has scored more centuries and 50s than all of the other members in his squad combined. So good he has been for this team, and his last 3 ODIs against Sri Lanka have brought him 110, 84 and 64. So he has wonderful memories against this opposition. He does his business with not much fuss, so sometimes he goes under the radar. And just look at what he's done, and his average of over 50 in this format. He's on 149 one-day internationals, one away from that magical 150 as well. When you factor in Jimmy, he's kept for 50 overs, he's captain for 50 overs, and now he has to concentrate for not too far off 50 overs as well if he bats all of the remaining overs.
I think it's a credit to his mental as well as his physical fitness to take on that sort of a workload and produce the figures that we saw on screen a while ago. He is, without a doubt, probably the only truly world-class one-day player we currently have in this team. There are a few who I think could become world-class, but he's tried and proven. He's been in the oven of international cricket now for quite some time, and he continues to churn out runs consistently for West Indies. Sitting currently at number 7 in the ICC Men's One Day International rankings, just below Babar Azam at 6. Three runs off the 11th over. West Indies 78 for 2. .303 for 7 is what Sri Lanka got to. West Indies in reply, 78 for 2. Remember, Sri Lanka were inserted a little bit earlier today. Dikshana continues. We're treated to a wonderful display. The Inter-Secondary School Sports Association Awards during the break. Really wonderful to see these secondary school students who are heavily immersed in school sports. And the job that ISA is doing here in Jamaica in the secondary school sporting landscape. Many of the international superstars we celebrate today have emanated and emerged from ISA organized competitions.
Subscribe my channel,
Such a
please,
pivotal role
guys.
in the
Subscribe my
sporting
channel.
ecosystem here. One thing was lamented by the president, and that has to do with primary school sporting programs and the lack thereof. It's difficult, as he so rightly mentioned, to get children who are ages 13, 14, 15
Please guys, subscribe my channel. Subscribe, please, subscribe, please. Guys, subscribe, please. Fast subscribe my channel.
One of the biggest negative impacts recently was COVID, when everything stopped. Certainly from a cricket point of view, primary school cricket got hit very hard, and where we used to have roughly half the primary schools in Jamaica playing competitive cricket, that fell off in a big way post-COVID and still hasn't recovered. And it needs to, if we're to be long-term healthy in this particular game.
Yeah, it's not unique to Jamaica. The national sporting apparatus across the Caribbean territories took a serious hit. And yes, COVID did have that deleterious effect, and we're still grappling with trying to reboot that sporting apparatus, hopefully sooner rather than later. Beaten again. Really good examination from Dikshana.
जल्दी सब्सक्राइब करो, जल्दी सब्सक्राइब करो भाईरा.
Kids playing on the courts nearby. Not necessarily the sport we want to see them playing, but nonetheless, physical activity, physical education and sports so important for your development. Good judgment there. 81 for 2. And the drone continues to provide us wonderful images from overhead. A bird's eye view, really. And nice to see that many of the boys and girls and men and women have stayed on to support the men in maroon in this run chase. Huge shout, or stifle rather. Only match of this series with a 9:30 a.m. start. The remaining two will be an afternoon start. Inside edge, big inside edge off the bat of Casey Carty. What we've seen from Milan is that he is a sort of wicket-to-wicket type bowler, looking to target the stumps more often than not.
I do think the Sri Lankans would have looked at the bowling in the first half of this game and worked out that bowling straight is going to be probably the best approach, making it so difficult for the West Indian batsmen, not bouncing a lot and therefore playing across the line, if one were to think about doing that, to force the ball through the onside. Very difficult and high risk. Carlos Brathwaite had mentioned how important it is when speaking about the approach of the West Indian bowlers in the first half, of being very clear about your plans and everyone involved on the field knowing exactly what those plans are, where you're trying to get the batsmen to attempt to score you, and being consistent with it, and how that clarity just helps to build pressure. Again, wicket to wicket.
Yeah, trying to keep all modes of dismissal into play. We've seen a couple of deliveries misbehave, few and far between, but trying to keep that LBW in play. On the right of screen, a young wrist spinner. Left hand, back of the arm spinner. Someone who has been spoken a lot about. He's working with Nikita Miller quite diligently. This will result in another couple. I saw him bowling earlier before the start of play. Jimmy saw him during the break. He's working on his game. He's getting a first-hand view of what international cricket is all about, Vital Laws. And it's nice to see that he's being integrated into the setup with one eye on the future. Quite a lot of talent and potential.
Really good finish to a consistent over from Milan. The West Indies now in the 13th over, 84 for 2.
Brings after this one, okay, boys? Bene la linea, tu ci? Asia,
220 more needed. Quite a long way away. They were off to a good start, the West Indies, so there's that platform lead.
Are you getting la linea?
Does give these two, Carty and Hope, an opportunity to see what's happening. Wananu Hasaranga into the attack. He does start with a slip. A pivotal moment in the game to see what
Go on in,
he
go on
can
in.
produce with all of his variety and skill.
Leaving wicket long on, long off. Cover point on the boundary. But looking for wickets with a slip, as Samuel pointed out. And I think with 300, you want to be looking for wickets. You don't want to be sitting back and allowing teams the ability to pick off singles at will.
You know, this bowling type has been an Achilles heel for the West Indies in times past.
Oh, yes, boy. Yes, boy.
Tonight, so to speak, it has to do with them not being able to pick the spinners and then be able to rotate strikes. So he bowls quite often at one batter.
He
He does well. Hasaranga is that he varies his pace
Come on, Wani.
and he looks to get wickets. He's not a defensive bowler, so you might be able to score off him, but he does produce wicket-taking
Oh,
deliveries.
yeah, Macha.
A probing start from Hasaranga, 85 for 2.
Time for Riggs, boys. Come on.
A 50-run opening stand between John Campbell and Justin Graves. Sri Lanka battle back quietly in the last couple of overs. We've seen already 5 bowling options, and we'll see a lot of spin when Indu Hasaranga in his return, exploring conditions, much like we are exploring Jamaica.
Jamaica. It has beaches. It has mountains. It's lively. It's laid back. It roars. It tickles. It's sweet. It's hot. It's luxurious. It's adventurous. That's Jamaica. Come and see for yourself.
More than a vibe, it's an entire vacation. Visit Jamaica.com. Part of the land and wood and water and all it has to offer. 85 for 2, Milan Ratanaika. It's just his second one-day international after playing against Bangladesh last year. Carlos Brathwaite alongside me. Carlos, West Indies way ahead of where Sri Lanka were at this stage. 32 runs ahead, but they've lost one additional wicket. Where does the game stand for you at the moment?
It's well balanced. I think these two, at the beginning of play, we knew that these are two of the three keys for West Indies in the middle. Sherfin Rutherford and number 5 being the other. Justin Graves a good start. In a new role. Just wanted him to continue.
Please guys,
Big.
please subscribe my channel. Please guys,
Two to continue.
please friend, please subscribe my channel fast. Jaldi subscribe my channel, jaldi subscribe my channel, please guys. Jaldi subscribe my channel. Jaldi subscribe my channel, please guys.
We have a look back at the dismissal of Justin Graves, the last to go. I just wonder how much of this is trying to maximize the power play. The last couple balls, he's given himself some room. He's trying to reach the offside field. There's no fielder back. That's a classic front of the hand carom from Tikshana. One thing about Tikshana, he keeps the stumps in play. So, had he thread the ball through the field on the offside, we said good thinking, good impetus, but if he doesn't, you start to question the decision making.
Just watching him, Carlos Justin Graves, and comparing it to 2022, I remember when he made his debut here at Sabina Park. It's a completely different player in terms of the fluidity in his stroke play. I wonder if last year where he had
ভাইরা
a string of
চ্যানেলটা সাবস্ক্রাইব করে দাও ভাই, জলদি করে
innings
চ্যানেলটা
in the
সাবস্ক্রাইব
middle
করে
order
দাও
batted between 6 and
ভাইরা,
12,
জলদি
9,
করে চ্যানেলটা
but he was
সাবস্ক্রাইব
coming in
করে
and able
দাও
to play
ভাইরা,
his free
প্লিজ
game.
দয়া করে সাবস্ক্রাইব করে দাও।
You know, of course, opens for the Rhode Island at the
প্লিজ
list A
দয়া
level.
করে ভাইরা
Should
সাবস্ক্রাইবটা
get an
করে
extra run
দাও,
or two
চ্যানেল সাবস্ক্রাইব
to
করে
the
দাও।
ball ricocheted off the stumps.
That would be close, you know.
And that's why, ladies and gentlemen,
Yeah, there's a fearlessness to him now, especially this end. There was a few beautiful cover drives, what he's known for, but what impressed me is the attacking of the shorter delivery. That one was especially authoritative. And then that. So he's not the stroke playing Justin Graves that I would have known throughout my time at Combermere and that played for West Indies on 19. It's bordering more on the swashbuckling that he probably would have developed, as you mentioned, with his stint being or playing the role of all-rounder, batting at 7 and 8 throughout the summer in England and Ireland last year and beyond. He would have gone on in Test cricket, where we see him probably more at his, I'd say, charismatic best, caressing the ball through the offside. In New Zealand, scored a double. He's showing, which is good. He has added
জলদি
strength to his
সাবস্ক্রাইব
ball.
করে
It
দাও ভাইরা,
can
জলদি
be
সাবস্ক্রাইব
rough
করে
and
দাও চ্যানেল,
tumble
সাবস্ক্রাইব
in the
করে
longer
দাও।
format, he can't caress the ball and be as aesthetically pleasing as we know he once was.
And just looking at the innings, and obviously very close to that 50 which he got against Ireland last year, that was batting at 6. All of those strokes were conventional shots. Probably the only time he actually innovated or tried to create something was the wicket ball. So it's a lot for him to take forward in the series. Can't get it passing it on, Shea-Hope. 91 for 2.
Shana, 61, going to the bathroom. He's going for 1 over. Yeah. Mila!
Chris, great to see Wanindu Hasaranga back. International cricket, 116 days away from the game. Missed that T20 World Cup. So he missed the IPL and was injured at the T20 World Cup, a torn hamstring. So for Sri Lanka to get him back as they prepare for that 27 World Cup, if they can qualify, huge boost. For him personally, his home record is superb. Averages less than 20 per wicket at home. It's away from home where he's had his struggles. Last time he came here to the Caribbean, 1 wicket in the 3 ODIs, but that was back in 2021.
Yeah, he's grown as a bowler since then. But I think the challenge at home is slightly slower pitches, bigger boundaries. It's very difficult to get after him. But the challenge for him now, much like here in the Caribbean, you go to South Africa, way to get wickets. He's a wicket taker. He won't be happy bowling 10 overs with 40 or 50 runs and nothing in the right hand column. So how does he continually adapt to different conditions away from home to make that record at the end of his career a lot better than it stands now?
No bowling, Wani!
Average goes from 20 to about 35 away from home per wicket. Hasaranga. Nicely manipulated by Shea-Hope early in this innings. 94 for 2. Beautiful day here in Jamaica, Sabina Park. We're seeing the exact contrast to the first innings where Sri Lanka started slowly, and it was in this 10 over period between overs 10 and 20 they scored 76. West Indies starting quickly and have slowed down since the power play. Carlos, you've been in many of one international teams. You've had to chase 300 plus before. How do you discuss at the interval about taking down a target which can seem like a mountain before you bat any balls?
I think it's important that one person gets in and goes big. We see Sri Lanka today getting to 300 without that massive score, but they had very solid partnerships. So you think to Kushal Mendes and Lanka, and then later on Leonaga and Asalanka. So partnerships are important. uppish. But partnerships are helped if one person gets in and goes big and be that linchpin. Not necessarily dropping anchor, but maintaining momentum, cycling up and down through the gears depending on the passage of play. And instead of getting 40 or 50, can someone go on to get a daddy 100 and bring the game home?
From the first innings, that 132 runs that Mendes and Sanka put on, they complement each other so well. Sanka scoring a lot behind square and Mendes down the ground. So different ways of approaching bowlers from each end, but also scoring areas. They've been very straight to Casey Carty in these first 28 deliveries. I mean, the New Zealand series a couple of months ago, they were happy to bowl wide and they had the field set a couple of points. They had the deep point as well and got them a number of times flashing outside off. Sri Lanka have gone differently, but you can see the point there. Hasaranga's station in at a catching point.
I think what Justin Graves and John Campbell were able to do with that opening partnership is just spread the game out a little bit more. Give a little bit more leeway to these two. So they haven't started at a rollicking rate at all. 19 off 29 Carty, 12 off 20 for Shea Hope. What it means is that the second spell from Milan will be important, because if these two get in, they can nullify the spin of Tishan and Hasaranga, and then when they get access to the fifth ball of Milan, again, his four gone for 28 so far. But you have to think his second spell is what can change the game for the West Indies.
Circle. Right.
98 for 2.
Over.
Things have slowed tremendously since the power play. The Saints can afford that well above, well, probably on par with the asking rate, which is around 6 and over there, close to it. No team has ever chased over 300 at Sabina Park, so Sri Lanka will understand that they've done well enough in the first half of the game. Hasaranga was reading up on him. He was 16 years old. He was a fast bowler. He was an opening batter at Richmond College where he went to school. It was his coach that noticed him and wanted him to become a leg spinner because of his quick arm speed. And he's had, obviously, his battles with injury. Even when he developed his googly, there was a time where he was saying he lost his leg break and had to actually develop a new grip for his leg break. As we go through the series, we're going to show you how hard he is to pick because of the angle and the release points of both deliveries, but such a wily bowler.
Interesting you mentioned quick arm speed, because the ball speed always hovers around 80, a little under, a little over. So just wonder how much is that contrast between quick arm speed and slow ball speed outfox batters. Along but obviously a prodigiously
গাইসরা
talented
একসাথে একটু সাবস্ক্রাইব করে দাও, নাই লাইভ কেটে যাবে না। একসাথে একটু সাবস্ক্রাইব করে দাও গাইসরা, একসাথে
for the
একটু
West Indies is 17
একসাথে
point
সবাই মিলে একটু
turnovers.
সাবস্ক্রাইব করে দাও, একসাথে সবাই মিলে সাবস্ক্রাইব করে দাও।
You think, given how dry it's been here in Jamaica, no real rain, there's been the Sahara dust, as Jimmy mentioned earlier. We're only in the first game of the series. You think as we go on throughout, Hassaranga's strength may increase along with Tikshana and with Aligi at some stage. So how the West Indies play him in both the series, ODI and T28, could be the difference.
Well, up until now, they've been playing him well. That mid-wicket has come so straight. A couple of occasions now off the back foot, just now from Shea Hope on front foot early in the over. They found a way to approach delivery with a full face and then roll your wrist and get it to deep mid-wicket.
102 for 2.
Thank you.
A little bit flight. That was a googly that had been perfectly pitched. Top spinner, probably picked from Casey Carty, but missed.
Okay, boss.
102 for 2. First one international for the West Indies this year is such an important passage coming up as Asita Fernando comes back into the attack. Very expensive in his first 3. Change of ends now coming from the Courtney Walsh end where Chamira started. And we did see some variable bounce from this end. There's that barren patch right in front of Shea Hope. A few balls were just misbehaving. Chamira much taller than Fernando, of course. I think had he got anything on it, Casey Carty may have been in some trouble, but I don't think he touched it.
They always love a cricket when common sense prevails. Bowler, no, he didn't touch it. Move on smartly. Much ado about nothing. Straight as a dive from Shea Hope. You always know a batter is in good form when he can execute the on drive. Literally straight down the middle, hitting the base of middle stump. Changing field, long on, coming into circle, fine leg, going back.
By that logic, Carlos, should we let the batters say when they didn't hit the ball then? Since we're saying bowlers say when you don't touch it. Batters, if you don't nick it, just tell the opposing team and don't make them review or anything. Just save time.
Maybe if you do know that you've nicked it and the other team was reviewing it, just walk off and save us a minute to a minute and a half. All smiles, cricket back in Jamaica again. One of the heartbeats of the Caribbean culturally and also from a cricket standpoint.
Sound off the bat. It's a really exciting summer for Jamaica, actually, Carlos. Had to hurry there. Casey Carty was just a touch slow. When you think about the ISA program, bringing the children out, 1,300 children out here at Sabina Park today. They're hosting these 6 games. The Jamaica Kingsmen, they're getting a CPL franchise again. And Carlos, there was nothing better than hearing when John Campbell hit that 6, the horns. That's what you associate Jamaica with. You played for the franchise here for a number of years.
Well, unfortunately not here. That was the COVID series or tournament and the other one. But I have represented Jamaica.
Top class from the captain. First real breaking of the shackles we've seen in a while.
Sublime stroke play from Shea Hope. Stand and deliver. brilliantly as it was powerful.
Seems to be some discomfort after playing that shot, Sheho. Always marvel at the fact that this man keeps 50 overs and then comes and bats and has 19 one-day international hundreds.
Yeah, it's the decent length. It's not the worst length, but Asita Fernando is quite short, so he doesn't get that extra bounce, and he doesn't have high pace. So for him, he needs to either change the pace or drag that length back. Without that length, a player the caliber of Shea Hope, you're gonna hide into nothing.
Continue to attack Asita. 111 for 2. Partnership up to 38. West Indies staying within touching distance, still well ahead, 21 runs ahead of where Sri Lanka were at this stage. Shea Hope struggling with some cramp. 19 ODI hundreds, Carlos, 8 of them in the second innings of games. So after he keeps 50 overs, and remember, a lot of times, guys, he was opening the batting, so really was no rest. Now he's at least gone to 4. Currently tied on 19 ODI hundreds with who? The great Brian Lara. Icon. Inspired so many in this stadium, outside of it, across the world really. We are so fortunate to have this man, and he would have, you think, what he would have done for the career of a Shea Hope. It's 100 from going past Brian Lara, both of them currently at 19, Chris Gayle at 25. Yeah, Jamaica, they produce their fair share of legends as well. Holding, Walsh.
Did you ever have one of the Brian Lara 400 bats?
No, I never had the MR. I've seen it, but I think that was, I came a little after him. I had the Chris Gayle Spartan.
I guess I showed my age a little bit because it was also Brian Lara brand. And if you were my age, you had to have everything that was released by Brian Lara. It was firstly the Gray Nichols, Paul Spot, and the MR. Loads of legends celebrated across the stands here at Sabina.
No surprises that Shea Hope, and this has been a new addition to the ground. In addition to the scoreboard, beautifully painted wall with all of their legends. Chris Gayle, Andrew Russell is on that as well. Of course, Walsh, Holding, Valentine, Stefani Taylor, middle. They'll need to add Chanel Henry there as well, the way she's developed in the past couple of years.
গাইস জলদি সাবস্ক্রাইব মাই চ্যানেল ভাইরা সাবস্ক্রাইব করে দাও একসাথে একটু চ্যানেলটা সাবস্ক্রাইব করে দাও ভাইরা একসাথে একটু চ্যানেলটা সাবস্ক্রাইব করে দাও একসাথে চ্যানেলটা একটু সাবস্ক্রাইব করে দাও দয়া করে একসাথে একটু চ্যানেলটা সাবস্ক্রাইব করে দাও ভাইরা সাবস্ক্রাইব করে দাও জলদি একটু একসাথে সাবস্ক্রাইব করে দাও চ্যানেলটা সাবস্ক্রাইব মাই চ্যানেল প্লিজ ব্রো, সাবস্ক্রাইব মাই চ্যানেল, জলদি একটু সাবস্ক্রাইব করে দাও চ্যানেলটা প্লিজ। অল গাইস সাবস্ক্রাইব মাই চ্যানেল, অল গাইস সাবস্ক্রাইব মাই চ্যানেল প্লিজ, ফার্স্ট সাবস্ক্রাইব মাই চ্যানেল, অল গাইস সাবস্ক্রাইব মাই চ্যানেল প্লিজ, অল গাইস সাবস্ক্রাইব মাই চ্যানেল। সাবস্ক্রাইব করে দাও ভাইরা, সাবস্ক্রাইব করে দাও, জলদি একটু একসাথে সাবস্ক্রাইব করে দাও, সাবস্ক্রাইব মাই চ্যানেল প্লিজ ব্রো, সাবস্ক্রাইব মাই চ্যানেল, জলদি একটু সাবস্ক্রাইব করে দাও ভাইরা, একটু সাবস্ক্রাইব করে দাও, একসাথে একটু সাবস্ক্রাইব করে দাও।
There'll be some testing going on now as they go through 2026 and into 2027, with all the focus now on that 50 over World Cup. Cut-off date
ভাইরা
for the
চ্যানেলটা
two
একটু
teams to qualify
সাবস্ক্রাইব করে
March
নাই, একটু
31st, and
সাবস্ক্রাইব
both
করে
will be
দাও।
hoping to dance
নতুন যারা জয়েন হয়েছে
directly
একসাথে একটু
into the
সাবস্ক্রাইব করে
World
দাও,
Cup.
জলদি করে
No
একসাথে
one
একটু
wants to
সাবস্ক্রাইব
go to
করে
the
দাও ভাইরা।
qualifiers. And let's hope they do not follow Carlos Brathwaite's moves. Not sure what he's doing in the commentary box. Charles Asalanka
ভাই রাত জাগে
goes
আপনাকে
off
জন্য লাইভ
spin.
ছাড়তেছি ভাই, একটু জলদি করে একটু কষ্ট করে
Had
সাবস্ক্রাইব করে দাও,
Mendes
চ্যানেলটা
who goes
সাবস্ক্রাইব
with
করে দাও।
both arms if they wanted the left arm spin. There's also the spin of Janet Lianagi going to the former captain. A sign of intent from West Indies captain. First ball, boundary.
Solid from sheer solid intent. Can't just allow Asalanka as a part-timer to throw that without being punished. No pressure back on Asalanka again.
But often you see mid-off being up and he's still opting to keep him up into the circle,
Please guys,
trying to ask him to
subscribe
hit
my
against the spin.
channel, please guys
Pull in.
সাবস্ক্রাইব মাই চ্যানেল ভাইরা, জলদি করে একটু সাবস্ক্রাইব করে দাও, জলদি করে একটু সাবস্ক্রাইব করে দাও।
Someone else been kind of sort of decent Carty has grown early in his career, a lot of starts.
জলদি করে সাবস্ক্রাইব করে
He was very critical of himself in not being able to capitalize on those starts. We've seen now in the last couple of years him be able to get not just hundreds but big hundreds. The couple against Ireland, the one in England. So critical, as you said, for one person to go on and get a really big score.
লাইভ কাটে দেবে না ভাই, সাবস্ক্রাইব করে দাও না, লাইভটা শেষ করে দিই।
They had
সাবস্ক্রাইব
Kusal
করে দাও না,
and
লাইভটা শেষ
Nisanka
করে
going
দিই।
when Mendes got out. Nisanka followed
জলদি
quickly
করে
after.
সাবস্ক্রাইব করো না, লাইভটা
And
কাটে
one of them being
শেষ করে
set
দিই।
going into the end may have resulted in 320, 340.
And you just never
ভাইরা
know. History
সাবস্ক্রাইব করো
says
না,
they've
লাইভ
had
শেষ করে
enough,
দিলাম,
they have
লাইভ
enough.
কাটিয়ে দিলাম।
Oh yes.
জলদি করে সাবস্ক্রাইব করে দাও।
Formats. So you think if West Indies bat all 50 overs, they should win?
Pull in.
117 for two.
Good over.
He's hoping for fire as they go through this opening one
Guys,
international,
জলদি
looking
সাবস্ক্রাইব
for a
করে
win
দাও,
to
জলদি
reward those that have come out at Sabina Park.
জলদি সাবস্ক্রাইব করে দাও না, ভিডিও বন্ধ কাটিয়ে দিলাম ভাই। সাবস্ক্রাইব না করলে কষ্ট করে ভিডিও করে লাভ আছে, তোমরা সাবস্ক্রাইব যদি না করো। তোমরা চ্যানেলটা সাবস্ক্রাইব করে দাও গাইস, চ্যানেলটা সাবস্ক্রাইব করে দাও।
Just over Hasaranga. Could be a critical moment looking back in this game. Archie survives.
Not much conviction in his stroke from Kia Security. Felt like it was just out in front of his body a little bit more than he wanted. So pedaling back, couldn't get the elevation. Security survives and he gets a boundary. Love to see him attack Asita on that length. Should show a little bit more conviction going straight back past him on the ground or handsomely going over.
Similar to how Sri Lanka batted Alzari Jones, if you can see a clear plan of intent from this pair against Asita Fernando, who's gone from 41 to 26 balls he's bowled.
That was full. He probably just tried to get it a little bit too much to the offside as opposed to going straight over the bowler's head. Probably wary of their own being stationed. Just a little bit of inward movement of the cross seam. Also getting the wicket of Kia Security.
Even for Asita as well, this is a good challenge for him now to show the new leadership he's capable of being more than just a new ball bowler. 21 of his 38 wickets in his ODI career have come in the power play. Kusal Mendes has trusted him outside of it after being expensive early to show he can absorb pressure and bring this partnership. Best year of his career in 2025. Asita, 23 wickets in 12 matches. Got some reverse swing as well, maybe later on. Get two. Second time that Casey Carty's been very fortunate that the ball hasn't hit the stumps. He's been a touch slow.
For sure, those two had to be a call and an instant response. She'll be struggling just a bit. John Moore gets careful out of the make. A hit he probably would not have. Would have been well short.
I was going to say maybe pull the dive out, but even then, you're a bit short.
So no 1% is the importance of the bowler getting back to the stump or a fielder getting into that position. Again, still had time to receive that throw and break the bails. 50 partnership back. Oh, 7 balls, 52 not out so far. Simply sublime. A snag of a catch from Kaminda Mendes. We know he can bowl with either right or left hand. How good can you catch? Can you pluck it from the sky? Yes, he can. Full length, goalkeeper-esque. back in the process. Ensure he catches it behind him and has the authority to give with the hands and land in a supple motion. That's the end of Casey Carty. Going for 27, 125 for 3. Give with the hands and land in a supple motion. That's the end of Casey Carty. Going for 27, 125 for 3. Give with the hands and land in a supple motion. That's the end of Casey Carty. 27, 125 for 3.
The chase is well and truly on here at Sabina Park. You say with that outstanding grab by Camino Mendes, swinging things slightly in favor of Sri Lanka. I think that partnership between Hope and Casey Carty is just what the doctor ordered for West Indies. A bit of calm, but look at this outstanding grab by Camino Mendes. Padre, you have pulled off something like that in your career.
Yeah, that's too easy. It really is wonderful stuff. That's the type of things that help you win cricket matches. That old adage, catches win matches. Pulling off something as spectacular. You're right. It's just maybe have tilted things in their favor. He's ambidextrous, so he can go right and left. Shana from the Michael holding end, so it's not going to get any easier from West Indian perspective. There is that combination out in the middle. Hope, Hope, he's the man.
Yeah, he certainly is. You look at that partnership between him and Casey Carty. I mean, it wasn't boundary filled, but there was that sense of purpose. Well, they were not chasing the run rate required. Sometimes you see teams get in trouble when they do that, but those two had that composure for West Indies. And it's not just the catch, it's the fact that it's a wicket to Asita Fernando. Hasn't been at his best in this match, quite expensive. But by way of that spectacular catch, able to pick up a wicket for his team. We perhaps see that lifting him in this match going forward.
ভাইরা জলদি সাবস্ক্রাইব করে দাও চ্যানেলটা ভাইরা জলদি সাবস্ক্রাইব করে দাও চ্যানেলটা জলদি সাবস্ক্রাইব করে দাও প্লিজ গাইস সাবস্ক্রাইব মাই চ্যানেল প্লিজ গাইস
Wonderful record in one-day international cricket. Hugely talented. Will have a slip in weight as he faces his first delivery wrong the wicket straight away. Dikshana.
Please guys subscribe my channel. Please guys subscribe my channel. Please guys subscribe my channel. Please guys subscribe my channel.
More of that is required against him. Cannot allow themselves to be pinned down. Yes, he's bowling well. It has to still find a way to score against him. Not saying to be ultra aggressive. Keep the scoreboard ticking over.
Come here.
Please guys subscribe my channel. Please guys. Please subscribe my channel. Please subscribe my channel. Subscribe my channel. Please.
Sri Lanka, a huge total in the context of history here at Sabina Park. One is chased over
তোমরা
300.
ভাইয়ারা প্লিজ দয়া করে সাবস্ক্রাইবটা করে দাও চ্যানেলটা।
Decent position.
একটু এই গরিব ভাইরে একটু সাবস্ক্রাইব করে দাও, এই গরিব ভাইরে একটু সাবস্ক্রাইব করে দাও। আজ গরিব বলে কেউ সাবস্ক্রাইব করে না, এত কষ্ট করে লাইভ সারতেছি তাও সাবস্ক্রাইব করে না রে ভাইরা। প্লিজ একটু গরিবরে সাবস্ক্রাইব করে দাও।
What's to be said about that partnership really needed an effort, much like what we saw from Kusal Mendes and Lanka earlier. I'd say that one is on its way to being replicated. The ease with which both of them were batting, but then astonishing catch from Mendes. So far, all spinners coming from that Michael holding in.
It's not the end that is bearer of the two, but they still have that wind factor. The right-handers are batting hitting the leg side to work with. Quite crucial. Importantly,
প্লিজ গাইস সাবস্ক্রাইব মাই চ্যানেল, প্লিজ গাইস সাবস্ক্রাইব মাই চ্যানেল, প্লিজ 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 সাবস্ক্রাইব করে দাও, প্লিজ প্লিজ সাবস্ক্রাইব করে দাও, সাবস্ক্রাইব প্লিজ সাবস্ক্রাইব মাই চ্যানেল প্লিজ।
Hasaranga so far in his 3 overs, so how he utilizes those remaining overs, looking at the situation of the game, those are some decisions for Mendes to make as we go deeper into this contest.
You would argue that Cesar Fernando perhaps getting a third over on the trot, having been so expensive in his spell so far, ball 3 up front for some runs, came back not too great, but because of that wicket, Mendes seizes an opportunity to continue with him.
প্লিজ গাইস সাবস্ক্রাইব মাই চ্যানেল, দয়া করে সাবস্ক্রাইব করে দাও ভাইরা, প্লিজ দয়া করে সাবস্ক্রাইব করে দাও।
Has been on the money so far in this over, Fernando. Perhaps gaining a bit of confidence after that wicket.
I wonder if there's a little bit of reverse on offer. There seems to be. Very skillful, these Sri Lankan fast bowlers, using the conditions quite well. Nice and full searching.
কলিজার ভাই বন্ধুরা প্লিজ দয়া করে সাবস্ক্রাইব করে দেন, কলিজার ভাই, কলিজার বন্ধুরা সাবস্ক্রাইব করে দেন।
Another one over quickly. They'll be in a very good position.
Another quick single taken in the 23rd. West Indies 130 for 3. West Indies been largely ahead of Sri Lanka in terms of scoring rate. With that wicket, you see that Rom just slowly right on par and looking to dip below.
কলিজার ভাই বন্ধুরা প্লিজ সাবস্ক্রাইব করে দাও। কলিজার ভাই বন্ধুরা, সোনা পাখিরা একটু সাবস্ক্রাইব করে দাও, সোনা পাখিরা একটু সাবস্ক্রাইব করে দাও, চান্দুরা একটু সাবস্ক্রাইব করে দাও, জলদি করে একসাথে চান্দুরা সাবস্ক্রাইব করে দাও, জলদি করে চান্দুরা একসাথে সাবস্ক্রাইব করে দাও।
Just out there for Shana. Wonder also if the right-handers operating, perhaps the use of the spinners from the Michael holding end is with that win factor in mind. Now a left hand on strike. From the butt.
Bowling.
Fair to say, Nick Shana has been difficult to get away today.
He's just getting enough from the surface to create a lot of doubts in the minds of the batters, particularly the left-handed Shufin Rutherford.
তুতা পাখিরা, চান্দুরা একটু সাবস্ক্রাইব করে দাও তো চ্যানেলটা একসাথে। তুতা পাখিরা, চান্দুরা একটু একসাথে সাবস্ক্রাইব করে দাও।
3 from 9, can Rutherford just absorb this initial pressure until things get a little bit easier?
That's important to do from here on out for this pair.
তুতা পাখি, চান্দুরা ভাইয়েরা, প্লিজ একটু সাবস্ক্রাইব করে দাও চ্যানেলটা ভাইয়েরা।
He likes the surface to get soak up a bit of what's happening out there. Wait on the right moments to strike.
Sorry.
See just off
Come
picture of the screen, Hasaranga is getting himself warm.
প্লিজ ভাইয়েরা সাবস্ক্রাইব করে দাও, জলদি সাবস্ক্রাইব মাই চ্যানেল, প্লিজ গাইস সাবস্ক্রাইব মাই চ্যানেল, জলদি সাবস্ক্রাইব মাই চ্যানেল, ফাস্টলি ভাইয়েরা সাবস্ক্রাইব করে দাও চ্যানেলটা।
Sent back, they might be able to get that now, and they come through quite easily because of that fumble. It's 133 for 3.
Bowling change.
You say a mountain to climb for West Indies. They do have the firepower to scale it though. It's a measure of control in this period. Show that they don't lose a number of wickets. Hasaranga, as you rightly
প্লিজ চান্দুরা সাবস্ক্রাইব মাই চ্যানেল, প্লিজ চান্দুরা সাবস্ক্রাইব মাই চ্যানেল, প্লিজ গাইস সাবস্ক্রাইব মাই চ্যানেল, প্লিজ গাইস সাবস্ক্রাইব মাই চ্যানেল।
Here's an appeal, but by a reefer signal wide. He's been on top of his game today, reefer. Seems to be some sort of deliberation from the keeper, who is also the captain. And he's gone for it. Sri Lanka believes there was an edge on that.
TV umpire to director, we have a player review for caught behind. Original decision is not out. It's a fair delivery. Here we go to front on, please. Okay, the ball's close to the back. Can we just confirm with outer edge?
ভাইয়েরা প্লিজ দয়া করে সাবস্ক্রাইব করে দাও চ্যানেলটা, কলিজার ভাইয়েরা সাবস্ক্রাইব করে দাও চ্যানেলটা।
Rolling. Keep rolling. Keep rolling. There's a gap between bat and ball. Keep rolling. Keep rolling. Keep rolling that through. Rolling. Keep rolling. Yeah, satisfied. There's no bat involved. Leslie, you can stay with your original decision of not out. stand by. The on-screen signal now.
Yeah. If I was in the position of the keeper or captain, I won't be challenging any of Reaper's decision. He has been brilliant today. Has been again accurate with another decision. Sri Lanka now without any more reviews remaining. Now he raises the finger. So not too long after, Shafan Rutherford is challenging it this time. Hasaranga feels he's got his man.
TV umpire to director, we have a player review for LPW. Original decision is out. It's a great delivery. You go to front on, please. Just go back one frame. And yeah, keep rolling, keep rolling. Okay, the ball's close to the glove. They can just go to outer edge. Yeah, keep rolling, keep rolling. Yeah, there's a clear gap between bat and ball. Just roll it through to the pad. Satisfied, no bat involved. Can we go to ball tracking when ready? Just standing by for ball tracking. Original decision is out. Pitching in line, impact in line, and wickets hitting. Leslie, you can stay with your original decision of out. Stand by. The on-screen signal now.
Leslie Reefer calls it right once more in this match. And Rutherford, after surviving a review by Sri Lanka, has been given the matching orders. He goes back without troubling the scorers much for 5. West Indies, 134 for 4.
প্লিজ গাইস সাবস্ক্রাইব করে দাও চ্যানেলটা ভাইরা, চ্যানেলটা একটু সাবস্ক্রাইব করে দাও তোমরা।
Samuel Badri, think I might buy you a broad hat and get you out there. You called it right as soon
প্লিজ
as it
সাবস্ক্রাইব
hit.
ভাই,
Saw
সাবস্ক্রাইব
that
করে
it
দাও
was one of
চ্যানেলটা,
the easier decisions for
চ্যানেলটারে সাবস্ক্রাইব করে দাও জলদি।
Ruston Chase, new man in. Certainly needs a rebuilding period, but while you look at that, the wicket here from Hasaranga.
An eventful couple deliveries. The first one review for Sri Lanka, not given, and then West Indies and Shafan Rutherford take their own review. And this time the decision is upheld. Another good one from Leslie Reefer Jr. A wicket straight away for Hasaranga upon his reintroduction into the bowling attack from the Courtney Walsh end. And now things have gotten a little bit interesting from a West Indian perspective. Ruston Chase with slip and wait.
Yeah, he's off the mark, but a few overs ago, West Indies were in such control of what was happening out there. Since that wicket of Casey Carty, game has changed into a completely different complexion. You spoke about the use of the spinners from this Courtney Walsh end. Right away, Hasaranga into the attack. He's picked up a big wicket. Safe to say that Shehu is a key figure out there. Yes, there is need for rebuilding. You also look at the rate that's steadily climbing.
$125 to the West Indies were at one stage, 134 now for 436 for 4. So losing a couple wickets quite quickly. Rebuilding starts again, this time with another experienced duo, right-handers for Hasaranga to operate on.
Almost got himself into trouble looking to sweep their chase. Halfway mark, West Indies 136 for 4.
সাবস্ক্রাইব করে দাও নাই ডিলেট লাইভ ডিলেট করে দেবো সাবস্ক্রাইব করে দাও ভাই সাবস্ক্রাইবই হচ্ছে না এতজন ভিউ করতেছে বা সাবস্ক্রাইব বাড়তেছে না মাই নিড সাবস্ক্রাইব প্লিজ সাবস্ক্রাইব মাই চ্যানেল মাই নিড সাবস্ক্রাইব
Their hope. Chase in the middle, Justin great so far. It's up the power play for West Indies.
Please subscribe my channel, guys. Friend, subscribe my channel. Jaldi subscribe my channel.
The end of the first innings is going to be West Indies versus the spinners.
Jaldi subscribe my channel, guys.
Getting the wicket on that occasion. Chase did a decent job with ball in hand.
Cutting the live, so subscribe,
Quality of the
early
spin attack
subscribe.
between these two teams.
Well, there's variety, there's a bit of mystery from both the Sri Lankan spinners. He plays that shot really well, Ruston Chase, one of the few West Indians who sweep the spinners well. Particularly when you are not picking, it's a go-to shot, get out of jail sort of stroke. But yeah, you look at Ruston Chase and his
Jaldi subscribe my
as
channel.
well as good
My
occasion.
cutting the live, so early
Absent.
subscribe my channel.
Tikshana has a variety of deliveries and he has that art of confusing the batters, and so too does Hasaranga. So
Para subscribe করে দাও তাহলে
difference between the two spin bowling groups.
নাহলে ভিডিও লাইভ শেষ করে দেব নি ভাইরা লাইভ শেষ করে দেব
Shana, one of the things that has been so impressive
লাইভ
from
শেষ
him
করে দিও
today is
জলদি করে সাবস্ক্রাইব
control
করে
of the
দাও
lengths. He's reading the batters, knowing when to use his variation. Such a reliable bowler in this lineup. In bowling, any phase, seen him open the bowling also. So also has the ability to utilize that new ball.
ভাই সাবস্ক্রাইব মাই চ্যানেল নাইলে লাইভ কাটেগা সো সাবস্ক্রাইব মাই চ্যানেল
Spinners stand out in this lineup, and those two spinners that we talked at length about, Ikshana and Hasaranga with ball in hand now. Looking to reverse. There is an appeal on the finger goes up. So Hasaranga with another wicket. He's having a word with Shehope, wondering if he should review. Perhaps on height, maybe. He goes for the review.
TV umpire to director, we have
Plus
a player
subscribe
in
করে দাও,
12W,
না delete
original
করে দিলাম।
decision is out. It's a fair delivery. Here we go to
ভাইরা
front on
জলদি করে
pace.
সাবস্ক্রাইব করে দাও একসাথে, একসাথে সাবস্ক্রাইবটা করে দাও। চ্যানেল সাবস্ক্রাইব করে দাও ভাইরা, সাবস্ক্রাইব
It
করে
doesn't appear to be any bad. Can we just confirm with Ultra Edge? Keep rolling. Yeah, keep rolling that through. Right, satisfied. There's no bat involved. Can we go to ball tracking when ready? Standing by for ball tracking. Original decision is out. Pitching outside off, impact in line, and wickets missing. Leslie, I'm going to ask you to reverse your decision from out to not out. Stand by.
मेरा है दिल के तेरी तुमसे है सब्सक्राइब तेरी तेरे के से मेरा के सब्सक्राइबर पेरा जल्दी के सब्सक्राइब करता है मेरा है लगता है लाभ करता है सब्सक्राइबर मेरी जान तेरी है
Saw the signal from Ruston Chase that it hit him in the stomach area. Indeed, it was missing.
It just felt as though Ruston Chase himself was consigned to
ভালোবাসার মতো ভালোবাসলে তারে কি গো ভোলা যায়
pretty adjacent when you saw it live. Not to be more
প্রেম
Hasaranga
করে
and
প্রেম
Lanka. I just
করে
wonder
না
though if that would stop Ruston Chase from playing those cross-batted shots, if he would change the way he approaches the innings, or is he still confident enough to continue to sweep?
तुमसे मेरी जिंदगी है हमसे मेरी है तेरा कहली कहली करके तेरी कहली कहली हम सफर গাইজ ওয়েস্ট ইন্ডিজ ঠকে যাইব ওয়েস্ট ইন্ডিজ ঠকে যাইব শ্রীলঙ্কা উইন হইব শিওর শ্রীলঙ্কা উইন হইব গাইজ শ্রীলঙ্কা উইন হইব গাইজ শ্রীলঙ্কারা জিতে যাবে শ্রীলঙ্কা উইন হইবে উইন হইবে
Even then, bit short to finish. Just a single, 143 for 4.
জলদি করে একটা ভোট দিয়ে দাও তো কারা জিতবে গাইস কমেন্টে ভোট দিয়ে দাও জলদি করে কমেন্ট করো যে কারা জিতবে জলদি করে উইন কমেন্ট প্লিজ
spectacular job
তুমি
for
মোর
Sri Lanka.
জীবনের
Certainly
ভাবনা,
curtailed the run scoring of West Indies.
হৃদয়ের সুখের দোলা। তুমি মোর জীবনের ভাবনা, হৃদয়ের সুখের
Not a close
দোলা।
call again for Russ to chase
নিজেকে
Sri
আমি
Lanka and Dick Sharna
ভুলতে
together.
পারি,
30 ODIs for
তোমাকে যাবে না
Sri
ভোলা।
Lanka. Picked up 120
তুমি
wickets
মোর
between them.
জীবনের ভাবনা,
By Prasad Dick Sharna 45.
হৃদয়ের
The start to
সুখের
the part of the
দোলা।
stats is that Sri Lanka has won 21 of those 30 ODIs
নিজেকে আমি
within just 8.
বলতে
Fair to
পারি,
say, when they are operating and
তোমাকে
doing
তো
well,
যাবে না ভোলায়।
this speaks well for Sri Lanka.
His
আহা
bowler himself in
আহা
some problems playing the rings not much straight off the chase, and you can hear the crowd. They're giving a bit of advice every time he plays the shot, and it's unsuccessful. Very vocal crowd here at Sabina Park. Very intelligent crowd as well. They know their cricket.
Lack of movement as well. If you look at Sri Lanka,
तुम पास आए,
to come at the spinners.
क्यों मुस्कुराए,
Chase back.
तुमसे
Yourself a spinner.
इतराए।
Badri, nothing more. Spinners likes to see than a player
कुछ
that
कुछ
bats just
होता
rooted on
है।
that crease.
कुछ कुछ होता है।
It gives you a certain level of comfort knowing that they won't advance and hit you straight over your head. So you can afford to fight it a little bit more, utilize your variations more frequently. Wonderful day. It really has been a wonderful day here in Kingston.
तेरा कह मेरी गमें मिलते है, कभी से मेरा है गदा।
Again, Ross Partnership, as you mentioned, looking for 2 sent back.
Guys, your country name comment please. Your country name is comment please. Comment karo your country name.
Show that the fans will think it's even more wonderful day if West Indies are to pull off a victory.
Thank you guys, thank you comment karo, thank you
We have 22
guys, all
overs
guys, thank
before
you,
remaining
thank you,
to
thank
see
you.
where the game will end.
Your country
Result
name
seven
is
for 4 on the
comment
28th.
bro.
West Indies
Country name
and
is
Sri Lanka will take a drinks break.
कौन है country name है कि your country name है comment please है ब्लू किशोर उस्मान पाकिस्तान इंडिया पाकिस्तान Pakistan, your favorite country India, please India, Pakistan, Balochistan, Bangladesh. I am Raju bhai, আমিও বাংলাদেশি রাজু ভাই, আমিও বাংলাদেশি। মেরা কান্ট্রি নেম বাংলাদেশ ভাই, বাংলাদেশ। জলদি করে তোমরা একটু সাবস্ক্রাইব করো বাঙালি ভাইরা, একটু সাবস্ক্রাইব করে দাও চ্যানেলটা। श्रीलंका श्रीलंका विन हो गया श्रीलंका इताली सोरा इताली भाई मैच कैसा है हॉट द चैलेंज फेसबुक मेरा फेसबुक नाम मेरा फेसबुक नाम मेहदी हसन नीरव मेहदी हसन नीरव मेहदी हसन হাসান নীরব।
West Indies still in pursuit of
মেহেদি
300
হাসান নীরব
for
ফেসবুক
scoring a
নাম। ভাই
perfect
তুমি কেমন আছো?
157. This was the exact
চোখে
point
ঘুম
where
আসে
that partnership strengthened between Nisanka and
না
Kusa
ভাই, তোমাদের
Mendes.
জন্য কষ্ট করে আমি লাইক
And of
ছাড়তেছি।
course, that surge from
নোহান
Hasarenka
চামারা,
nearly gives the
ভাই
Sun
আমার
a hope
ফেসবুক
without
নাম
needing to
মেহেদি
know.
হাসান নীরব। মেহেদি হাসান নীরব।
Very
কোনো
special
মায়ে
day
এটাই
at
থাকলে
Sabina
ফ্রেন্ড
today
রিকোয়েস্ট
where we
পাঠাও।
had
যদি কোনো
the
মায়েরা খেলাতে
BC
হোক
initiative
ফ্রেন্ড রিকোয়েস্টটা পাঠাই দাও।
creating over 1,000
मेरा नाम
secondary school
मेहदी
students
हसन
to
नीर
celebrate
ऐप
by
फेसबुक
rewarding the
नाम
likes of
मेहदी
Vital
हसन
Laws for
नीरब।
his excellence with the West Indies team. Lovely to see the amount of children they were playing during the interval on the field, which was a huge honour for many of them. Of course, someone excelling at the secondary school cricket level. Some Rob and Powell Foundation children in. We've had St. George's boys,
ভাই আমার বাসা কোন গ্রামে? আমার বাসা
Lanka College,
খুলনাতে, খুলনার
Jaganuza
একটা ছোট একটা
Amata also
গ্রামে
sending
ভাই।
some students. Kingston College as well.
মেহেদি হাসান নীরব
Excelsior,
मेरा फेसबुक नाम।
or the Walsh and Chris Gales former school. So lovely day as the sun sets.
মেহেদি
Crunch time
হাসান
now for the West Indies
নীরব।
with Shea Hope, the captain, struggling a bit with cramp throughout this innings. Chase surviving a scare. And it was right here, folks, in the first innings where the game changed somewhat back in the favour of the West Indies when Kusa Mendes got up right at this point. We see another change. Hasarenga.
আমার কোনো ছেলে মেয়ে নাই ভাই,
Jimmy.
আমি সিঙ্গেল হে।
Yes, it's going to be an interesting passage of play in the next half an hour or so. West Indies want to be keeping up with the fire rate.
কোনো মায়ে থাকলে হোয়াটসঅ্যাপ নাম্বারটা দিয়ে দাও, কোনো মায়ে থাকলে হোয়াটসঅ্যাপ নাম্বারটা দিয়ে দাও।
This man Hasaranga 115 from 5.1. Keeping a tight rein. West Indies boundaries currently have been at a premium. Last 10 or 15 overs. Slow bowlers from Sri Lanka have really reined things in after a wonderful start. The West Indian top order against the fast bowlers.
বাংলাদেশে বাড়ি মোর বাংলা
It's gone high
ভালোবাসি।
and it's gone long. It's the first boundary in 50 deliveries.
সিক্স মেরে গে, সিক্স মেরে দিছে ভাই, সিক্স সাই মেরে দিছে সাই।
Flighted delivery from Hasaranga and Shehov needing no invitation. He likes to go
भाई
hard
तुम्हारा
and straight.
जल्दी
A
है
bit of
एक
slicing
साथ
across
है
that one.
मेरा चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर गया है ভাইরা জলদি সাবস্ক্রাইব করে দাও, যারা সাবস্ক্রাইব
Padding up
করো
on
না
it.
চ্যানেলটা জলদি
Easily
করে
cleared
একটু
above the
ছোট
bowler's
ভাই
head.
হিসেবে সাবস্ক্রাইব করে দাও।
That eases the pressure
তোমাদের
somewhat.
জন্য রাত জাগে ভিডিও ছাড়তেছি, লাইভ ছাড়তেছি, তোমরা একটু ভিডিওটা চ্যানেলটা সাবস্ক্রাইব তো করে দিতে পারো।
Just going to say before that, 6 is in Sri Lanka's best interest to
ভাই
mitigate
একসাথে
the
একটু সাবস্ক্রাইব
boundaries
করে দাও সবাই,
because of the
একসাথে করে দাও,
difficulty that
একটা করে
Shehov is facing with
করতেছো,
the cramp
বাড়তেইছে
in
না
his right
বাড়তেইছে না।
hamstring. So the toe into the hand of Hasaranga there, but the more they can make Shehov run the runs,
জলদি
he's
করে
only hit
একসাথে
3
একটু সাবস্ক্রাইব
boundaries in
করে
these
দে
48.
করে
The
দাও
more
ভাইরা,
discomfort he
একসাথে
feels,
একটু
surely they'll think we get Shehov the captain out now.
একসাথে
We
একটু
have a great
সাবস্ক্রাইবটা
chance to
করে
win the
দাও
game one
ভাইরা,
myself.
जल्दी एक साथ है, साथ सब्सक्राइब है मेरा चैनल है, सब्सक्राइब है। जादू तेरी नजर
And into Hasaranga
खुशबू
went off of the field.
मेरा
6
बदल
overs done. Maybe that signals the end of a spell.
করে দিছি ভাইয়া, ধন্যবাদ মোহাম্মদ
We're gonna see the
সাকিব
return of
ভাইকে,
pace.
তুমি সাবস্ক্রাইব করে দিয়েছো ভাইয়া, তোমাকে অসংখ্য ধন্যবাদ।
You can see umpire Christopher
ভাইরা
Taylor down there.
সবাই
Obviously, Hassarenga
দেখতেছে
wants
বাট
the issue.
সাবস্ক্রাইব বাড়তেছে না, বুঝতেছি না কি সাবস্ক্রাইব।
116 days away from action. Hassarenga, so they want to maintain his fitness, make sure
সাকিব
he
ভাই
can
তোমাকে
prove it.
অসংখ্য ধন্যবাদ, তুমি
That's an
সাবস্ক্রাইব
American
করে
flag,
দেওয়ার
so we're
জন্য
gonna change
ভাইয়া।
it lanes.
ইউ ভাইয়া, থ্যাংক ইউ, থ্যাংক ইউ।
Consistency with which the Sri Lankan baselines hold that straight line is really evident here. Their interpretation of
जादू
hitting the surface
तेरा
is
नजर
more difficult to score runs
खुशबू
hitting all the way
मेरी
from
बदन।
bunkers. So there haven't been a lot of cuts that have been played through the offside. There have been a few clips to length because the line has generally been
दीपक
straight up.
पंदिन, इंडिया के नहीं के है तेरे है, জলদি জলদি সাবস্ক্রাইব করে দাও গো।
Leg side well protected, long on, leaping wicket, each square leg, fine leg up, wicket to wicket line. The wicket now coming in the circle for Austin Chase.
ভাই আর কেউ কমেন্ট বক্সে একটু কও যে সাবস্ক্রাইব করে দিছো কে কে, একটু কমেন্ট বক্সে জানাও ভাই। হাসিব এস কে ভাই করে দিছি ভাইয়া। ভাইয়া তোমাকে
Genius now
কলিজা
for
থেকে
this one.
ধন্যবাদ ভাইয়া, তোমাকে
They
ভালোবাসা তোমার
stretch
জন্য
the
ভাইয়া।
record and think about the next 10 overs. If they can get 5 and over off the
ভাই
next
ফুল
10,
স্ক্রিন হবে না ভাই, ফুল
50
স্ক্রিন
over.
হবে না,
Scoring like
যেটুক
10
হবে এইটুক,
wickets among the
এর বেশি আর
domestic.
হচ্ছে না ভাইয়া।
20 of the last
সরি
60
কো
bowled
সরি।
with Matthew Ford, Moti,
হাসিব
Alzarri,
ভাইকে অসংখ্য ধন্যবাদ সাবস্ক্রাইব করার জন্য।
so don't want to take risks. Too many and get dismissed. That's the problem with losing rather for a cheap way and losing Casey Carty at the point the West Indies did. Usually you'll have a Justin Graves coming in at this stage. See, going to the top of your. So they've got the struggle, but Sheikh has got 3 struggles. Crown
पिया का सहारा
trying to
ही
score.
मेरा
Could
है
have been there in
जम
the end.
के तेरी। আর কে কে সাবস্ক্রাইব করছো একটু কমেন্ট করে জানাও ভাই, কে কে
Scored the
সাবস্ক্রাইব
1
করছো
run,
কমেন্ট করে
one away
জানাও।
from ODI half century. Really disciplined
জলদি
bowling
কমেন্ট করে জানাও
from
ভাইরা,
Sri Lankan
জলদি
seam off
কমেন্ট
the lamp,
করে জানাও।
keeping it nice and straight. Good length. Challenging the West Indian
ভাই
bowlers.
বিয়ে শাদি করেন নাই? আরে ভাই না,
Trying to
বিয়ে
cross
শাদি
the
কর
line.
বললে কি রাত জায়গা
They've got to
যায়?
go in search of
সারা রাত
boundaries
খেলা ছাড়তেছি তোমাকে যদি
towards
কষ্ট
the
করে
outside.
যাবার, তোমরা তো সাপোর্ট করতেছো না ভাইয়া, এই তো কষ্ট লাগে, কষ্ট লাগে, কষ্ট লাগে, কষ্ট লাগে রে, এত কষ্ট মেনে নেওয়া যায় না।
He really is greatness in this format. It is 50 scores of 50 plus for one of the very best in the world. Another one for the West Indies skipper. 31 50s to go with 1900s. 6-1 for 4.
মেরা রিপ্লে দে মেহেদি, কিটা রে ভাই তুমি নাম ধরে রাখতেছো কি ভাই? কি বলছো যে তোমার রিপ্লে দেব? কি বলছো তোমার নাম? মেরা রিপ্লে দে মেহেদি, क्या रिप्ले देते ब्रो, क्या रिप्ले दे?
Field. Another 50 for West Indies captain. Got a couple of hundreds as well against Sri Lanka in the past. I was like wondering when this
স্ক্রিন এর
change would
থেকে আর
happen.
হবে না ভাই।
They've gone to the
হাই
middle
ভাই,
for Shamira.
হ্যাঁ ভাই, হাই ভাই তো বলতিছো ভাই, সাবস্ক্রাইবটা
Chase
করে
sets
দাও
up
ভাই
the
তোমরা,
leg spin.
আর যে সাবস্ক্রাইব করেছো তার নামটা শো হবে ভাই, আর জলদি করে সাবস্ক্রাইব করে দাও।
Now, a couple of things to watch, folks. But first, enjoy this celebration. They're almost doing it on
তোমরা হে এমডি শিবারিজ হাই ভাই, হাই ভাই, হাই ভাই, হাই ভাই। গাইস জলদি একসাথে একটু সাবস্ক্রাইব করে দাও তো চ্যানেল, যারা যারা করোনি সাবস্ক্রাইব। কমেন্ট করো ভাইরা, কমেন্ট করো, কমেন্ট বন্ধ করে দিয়েছো কা, সব কমেন্ট করো। দুইটা ভাই সাবস্ক্রাইব করে দিয়েছে, দুইটা ভাইকে অসংখ্য অসংখ্য ধন্যবাদ। দুইটা ভাই সাবস্ক্রাইব করে দিয়েছে পর পর, এই জন্য ভাইদের অসংখ্য অসংখ্য ধন্যবাদ। ভালো বাসার গাইসরা সাবস্ক্রাইব করতা হ্যাঁ। para কাক तुम কে কারা জিতবে ভাই, কমেন্ট বক্সে জানাও তো কার কি মত। জিতবে কে? উইন हो गया मेरा नाम है देश, श्रीलंका विन नहीं, श्रीलंका ना वेस्ट इंडीज विन। जल्दी से कमेंट कर गया। मुझे मेरी जान तुझे तेरी हरवा। इराक के बाद तुमसे है दर्द, तुमसे मेरी क्या है याद, तुझे तो है मेरा जीवन, नहीं है मेरी कुर्बान। ভাই স্ক্রিনটা বড় করা যায় না? না ভাই স্ক্রিনটার বড় হয় না, এই ইউটিউবে দেখা যাইতেছে এটাই বড় ব্যাপার, ঠিক আছে, এর থেকে আর বড় হচ্ছে না। खुशी देगा मेहदी, श्रीलंका जिताया, मेरा जानते हैं श्रीलंका जीतेगा भाई, श्रीलंका जीतेगा। আউট? কিসের আউট? ও ভাই উইকেট পড়ে গেছে, উইকেট পড়ে গেছে, উইকেট পড়ে গেছে, উইকেট পড়ে গেছে, উইকেট। জলদি জলদি সাবস্ক্রাইব করো চ্যানেল, জলদি জলদি চ্যানেলটা সাবস্ক্রাইব করো ভাই, নাই লাইভ বন্ধ হয়ে যাবে। চ্যানেলটা সাবস্ক্রাইব করো, নাই লাইভ বন্ধ হয়ে যাবে। আর লাইভ ছাড়বো না, বন্ধ করে দেবো এখনই যদি সাবস্ক্রাইব না করো ভাইয়েরা। সাবস্ক্রাইব না করলে এখনই চলে যাব লাইভ স্ক্রিন থেকে। খেলা জমে ঘি, খেলা জমে ক্ষীর, তাই সাবস্ক্রাইব করে দিই, খেলা জমে ক্ষীর, সাবস্ক্রাইব করে দিই। ওয়েস্ট ইন্ডিজ উইন না ভাই, ওয়েস্ট ইন্ডিজ উইন হবে না, শ্রীলঙ্কা উইন, শ্রীলঙ্কা উইন। আরে সিং বলতেছে 4-4-4। জলদি গাইস সাবস্ক্রাইব মাই চ্যানেল, জলদি গাইস সাবস্ক্রাইব প্লিজ মাই চ্যানেল, সাবস্ক্রাইব জলদি জলদি সাবস্ক্রাইব মাই চ্যানেল প্লিজ গাইস, জলদি জলদি সাবস্ক্রাইব মাই চ্যানেল প্লিজ গাইস, প্লিজ 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 গাইস সাবস্ক্রাইব মাই চ্যানেল প্লিজ প্লিজ। Please subscribe my channel guys.
Wickets in hand made a difference towards the end of the innings. There's a score pressure. Chase. Shehop was looking, he wasn't comfortable because he was dealing with the ground, but he was easily able to rotate many of the bowlers. Then Kusa Mendes went back to Shamir. It was a fiery over up until this point when the leg cutter out definitely gripped in the pitch. Remember, Jimmy, that was the end Shamir started from and got a few balls to keep below to Justin Graves early on.
এক 200 প্লাস মানুষ দেখতেছে বাট সাবস্ক্রাইব হয় না, বা ভীষণ কষ্ট লাগে ভাবলে।
Flowing. 30 off 30, now 35 off 37. Into the part of the game where you wanted to score now 8s and 9s and 10s and over. And Leonardo again using the pace so nicely. Showing a full range of strokes. That's the end of 46, 2-6 more than 4.
Generally, his line has been there's no doubt the pace is important. It is a factor, but the variations are there as well, Nikhil. He's such a skillful operator. Slow ball from Milan. Drawing Shy Hope into a shot that wasn't on, totally outfoxed him with the change of pace. 59 matches. Definitely been his captain's go-to bowler in this innings.
Father Shamir made his debut in 2015. That's 11 years ago. He's only played 58 games. That tells you that he's had his showing that he's can build it. Over 17 क्या कर? We talked about the angle of attack to Shea-Hope, that ball going. Fortuitous from Moti. Been flirting with danger outside that off stump for a couple of deliveries. Finally makes contact.
Run rate now 7.3. The rest of the innings.
Quick single.
Good cricket. Good cricket all around. They must keep looking for runs, the West Indies. They must keep believing that this target is gettable. They must keep believing that all of these batters left to come have the ability, can build partnerships, and hopefully stay within striking distance going into the last few.
Always idolized Brett Lee, a man you feel. Crisp, clean from Chase.
The second boundary of the over. What a classical response from Ross to Chase to a ball slightly overpitched from Shamira. Gracefully put through extra cover, straight out of the textbook, full face of the bat, well placed. And the second much needed boundary in the over for the West Indies. Back of the hand, slow ball, too close to the bat, but the response it deserved.
Hey, 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 hey.
181 for 5.
Over.
23 needed from last 17 overs, so needs 7 and over. Ratanaka has come back well. He's been steady like a ship. The big tell there was that Kusal Mendes was silent. It was Hasaranga who was the excited one at point. And usually either the keeper or bowler would know. None of them said anything.
Not sure they have any reviews left anyway, Sri Lanka. Delivery when there was a half appeal from Sri Lanka, replay showing that there was no contact between bat and ball.
It's been clear from Ratanaka in this secondary spell where almost everything has been wide to the left-handed Moti, mainly because of that wind coming from the offside for the left-hander, making it much harder to hit there. So trying to force him to hit offside with a deep point, deep third. Think about when now does Kusal Mendes go for the kill? He's got between Tikshana and Hasaranga 7 overs remaining. You think the seamers can support at the opposite end? So when does he decide to go back to either one of them, if not both?
Good bowling from Milan. Bowling to his plan, bowling to his field set by his captain. He has come nowhere near his straight line that he has bowled to the right-handers. He's kept Budakesh Moti reaching for the ball wide of off stump. And with the exception of one drive for a couple through the covers, Budakesh Moti has found Hasaranga on a couple of occasions and missed the others. So the pressure continues to build, and in his own way, Milan is contributing to this pressure.
Getting close to about 2 runs from it. The ask area has creeped up to 7.5. Wide again. Just one again. 184 for 5. Bit of a stutter in the middle, losing Casey Carty. It was an unbelievable catch by Kamindu Mendes. It seemed like it was a game-changing moment. Carty was on the other side of that when he dropped Nisanka, first ball of the game. Ross Chase Moti, this partnership now 17, coming good time as well. 20 deliveries, and as a result, so Mendes has decided it's time. Here is one into Hasaranga. Now he's got the left-handed Moti to contend with, so it can help the West Indies in taking on both ends with this left-right combination. think they were confident that there was a touch there by Mo.
You did sense that they were going to go up with an almighty appeal had the captain caught this one coming from behind the stumps.
I don't think a wide was given for that, so dot ball must have brushed something.
Go on in.
Very smart. Intelligent batting from Gunakesh Moti.
Excellent cricket. Hasaranga going up in the air to tempt him with a googly. Moti just chipping it over the mid-off that was inside the circle. And another welcome boundary. Big shout, and he has gotten the response he wanted. Hasaranga. Gunakesh Moti has been given out LBW. And it's gone upstairs for referral. You'll have to see what the third umpire thinks.
The umpire to director, we have a play review for LBW. Original decision is out. It's a fair delivery. Can we go to front on, please? Ball is close to the back. Can we just confirm with ultra edge? Clear gap between bat and ball, and roll through the pad. Satisfied, no bat involved. Can we go to ball tracking when ready? Just standing by for ball tracking. Original decision is out. Pitching outside off, impact in line, and wickets missing. Leslie, I'm going to ask you to reverse the decision from out to not out. Stand by. Yep. The on-screen signal now.
It's the sixth decision that Les Rifa and sixth review as well that he's been involved with. A lot of all the action happening at this end. Sri Lanka, where has that bounce come from? They're in shot. Leslie Rifa's had a lot of work to do. I think my director is saying call it a referral today, Jimmy. Wayne Knights is chilling at the other end.
No pun intended. Thank you. Moti lives to fight on.
188 for 5. Squeezed. A lot happening. There's a tense buzz around Sabina Park. 190 for 5.
Hawkeye securing what matters most, and on this occasion, it's the hopes of all West Indies fans keeping good Moti at the crease, to the absolute dismay of the Sri Lankans. Stacey, and how did you view that decision, and are you questioning technology?
Well, it's not perfect, certainly not, and I think we were all in shock. I think all of us in the other room had our fingers up from the moment it hit the pad, went over. Some bounce on that one. Kill saying that he believes that he was doing too much, expecting it to tail down the leg side, but surprising bounce on that occasion.
Busiest man on the field as Zarifa for 2 of his 6 decisions. He'll need a massage tonight, an ice bath, probably jump in and recovery the fast bowlers as Zarifa. He's been in the thick of the action. 6 decisions, first 4 correct, the next 2 reversed. The good thing about the technology is that you can now tell the difference between an incorrect decision and a bad decision. Both of the overturned decisions were very tight. So then that's the question of the technology on one of them. It's been a busy day out for Les Zarifa.
Not just me, the Sri Lankans, they were in shock. They were wondering how that bounced as much as it did, but you rightly said it. I think he's had a brilliant day despite those 2 reversals. A lot of people would have risen their finger for that one.
Sun setting on this encounter, Shea-Hope ball. Sri Lankans would think that they are in the ascendancy. Come to the West Indies at home on the basis of recent history. Shea-Hope being a talisman. The West Indies Lord are not firing as they would like. You'd have to think that Sri Lanka's ahead by a very long way.
Yes, still, they'll want to finish things off quite clinically. Sri Lanka, they've been on top in this period of the game. Don't want to give West Indies a sniff.
Pulled into the deep, just short. Just short. Into the wind that we've been speaking about, forcing batters to hit toward the scoreboard. Let's see Russell Chase pulling out of the shot at the last moment, and that may have just saved him.
Wonderful sun setting in the background there. So Mendes just ensuring that he gets his angles right.
At this stage, Sri Lanka won 9-2 for 3, so similar in runs, just a couple of wickets lost to West Indies. But the catalyst for that strong finish, this man on street, Janet Leonagi. He had a peculiar Hawaiian wheel after those first 2 shots, straight over the bowler's head and then straight over the keeper's head. They continually found ways to innovate, losing the pace of the West Indies seamers. And just to go one better, he went downtown when he went big for 6. A supreme finish. did it in his own way. We're so accustomed to seeing big, strong strokes. That wasn't the way he decided to do it. 36 gone. 192 for 5. Loud appeal, no reviews remaining. So umpire's decision stands. As the referee again in the thick of things. I think Roston Chase got outside the line. Not sure if he was struck outside the line, yes, and prodigious turn as well. One of the easier decisions he would have had to make today, Les Rifa. As always, Chase the man for a crisis. He answered the call with ball in hand today. 10 overs straight from the Michael Holden end. Getting 2 scalps along the way. Now he's up there, 19 off 2900, 11 needed off 82. He has to be there at the end of the rest of his win. Gurkish Moti, left-hander. You saw the batting carriage, you saw Matthew Forsley at the side. The spin twins and their threat will promoted Moti to 7 ahead of Matthew Ford. Probably probably asking him, prefer to ask him to come in at the back end in those last 5-7 overs. And even if you're up at 10 and over, you back him to get it. This is the challenge that they have to surpass to get to that stage.
Perhaps a difference in the style of play as well for the two batters, Moti and Ford. Ford, more known for his power hitting. The situation that the game presented, it just needed a bit of quantumous figures out there in the middle. We have the likes of Moti and Chase there, just looking to take it as deep as possible. It's 195 for 5.
Nine runs off 78 balls, the equation for West Indies if they want to go 1-up in this ODI series. It seems beyond them at the moment, Sri Lanka in the ascendancy. Sika Fernando is one of those bowlers who just won't go away. Talking about going away, this man Les Rifa in the action. He's had 6 decisions. These are the 2 that have been overturned. I just wanted to point out that an overturned decision is not necessarily a bad decision. When you look at these full time, they both look out. All the information provided, he did give them out, but overturned due to the technology, and the other 4 splendid and backed by the technology. Boston Chase gets it away for 4. Ball is starting to reverse. I see that Fernando is coming to his own. Roston Chase has found a way to get a boundary.
Found a way indeed was the best way of describing that. I think that was really well executed from Asita Fernando. Perhaps just a bit too straight. So Roston Chase able to whip it that vacant fine leg area. So pitch from him, nice use of the wrist.
wide delivery. So we can see those two balls, the arsenal which will be used by Asita Fernando. He's going to go pace off, or he's going to go full and straight. I think it's starting to reverse a bit. Oh, Cardinal Sin. Cardinal Sin overstepping. The line does not move. Free hit for Roston Chase. Needs to have something behind it, and he doesn't. $200 up for the West Indies.
Spoke about it, Sri Lanka wanting to finish well. Yes, you feel as if they're on top of the game, but you don't want West Indies to somehow find their way back in it. There you go, a free hit coming at an opportune time. Of course, West Indies, Shea Hope, Ruston Chase, I beg your pardon, still has to put it away.
Perfect execution. Inside Yorker. Comes from a low trajectory. Asita Fernando. That is about as good as you can get. We all knew it. We all knew it was going to come after the Yorkers. He delivered early in the over. Roston Chase knew as well. See how low he tried to get. Still couldn't get it away. Perfect execution.
Been one of the standout areas of the Sri Lankan bowling attack. I must take note of. It's the way I think they're well planned, Sri Lanka, what I can see. Sal Mendes' awareness of when to utilize his spinners and which ends. The bowlers, they have set roles. We spoke about role identification for batting when we were speaking about West Indies, but the roles that the Sri Lankan bowlers have played in this match, I must say, executed their plans quite well on that occasion. Looking for that Yorker, but just a bit too wide. Fernando, going to catch Moti is just too good. Get some bat onto it. Pick up a much needed boundary.
Bat on ball is the name of the game. It's not a bad ball. He wants to go wide. That's just on the inside of the wide line. Gurukesh Moti found a way to get bat on ball, and that's all you need. Just wonder how long it will take Fernando to bring third into the circle and send point back. With a single, if that field were in play. And if you are going to go wide consistently, maybe that's a better field. Wide again, nick to the keeper this time, 38 gone, 205 for 5. Neck and neck after 38 overs, 2 wickets. Extra loss from the West Indies unit, quite similar. To the dismay of the fans, doesn't want to see the cute shots from Roston Chase.
Decent bowling attack so far for Sri Lanka. 2 opening bowlers, the most expensive, but you say they've done their job picking up those wickets. Chamira very quick. Expect the batters to go at him. The pace that he has on offer. being that attacking option for Sri Lanka. He's played that role quite well. Just speaking about the roles of the Sri Lankan bowlers in the previous over, you look at someone like Milan Ratnayaka. It's not express pace, but has played the part that Sri Lanka has demanded of him. Came in and just bowled wicket to wicket, line and length. Nothing out of sorts, no short deliveries, just kept it on a line, and that is all they wanted for him, a containment role. And he's played that really well. And then you have the attacking options of Hasaranga and Chamira to come in. So as I said, really well planned, stuck to their plans and executed well so far, Sri Lanka.
Yeah, just to build on that, you have to give Kushal Mendes big credit for his handling of the bowlers. Milan Ratnayaka was never going to win you the game blowing away a team. What he was always able to do was bring it into an opportune time for him to bowl that elevates his skill set, being very boring, metronomic in length and line, rolling his wrist over the seam. And what that did is give a break to the attacking bowlers, and he always knew when to flip the switch, bring the attacking bowlers back in and make that breakthrough. It was almost as though Milan was the pressure at each and every occasion that there was a little bit of a collapse.
Nice spot on there, Carlos. So Mendes utilized his bowlers well today. Just pick the right moments when to use them. The game felt like it was drifting away. Just knew the right options to bring in to try and get him that wicket. And when just required a period of containment, found the right bowlers to play their role.
Wide pace off and wide. Smart from Chamira, you see high pace. Absolutely interesting. Just run the fingers alongside the seam of the ball. And we get into that territory now where Sri Lanka realise the West Indies need to get a move on, and need to get a move on soon. They've almost preempted that charge. Gone to the death bowling stocks. Seeing the Yorkers from Fernando at the other end, we're now seeing the putters from Dushman to Chamira. So they know what's coming. Slapped by Chase. He picked the slow ball on this occasion. In the circle. It's not the beginning of the charge.
Yeah, I was thinking to myself here, when do these two batters decide to really take the ultra aggressive options to these bowlers? I think Ruston Chase has made up his mind. But he picks quite well. Sat up nicely also in the surface. Able to get it over that fielder in the circle.
Pushed into the offside, closes out the 39th over to 13 for 5. Second one international at Sabina Park. It's a 2 p.m. start. One of these teams will go 1-0 in at the moment. It seems to be Sri Lanka. Boston Chasers switch gears and Sri Lanka switch bowlers. Ishtikshana into the attack. He has 3 left. Hasaranga has 2. Suspected to be held. They've held him back for this time when they can have 5 out after this over. Brought him in over early.
Ball in.
This is why each game means so much. Sri Lanka number 6, West Indies number 10. Sri Lanka a little bit on the defensive. They need to stay in 6 or higher. West Indies have to be on the attack. They need to get number 9 or higher. Get number 9 to qualify directly for the 2027 World Cup. Top 8, that's the host, South Africa. Want to avoid that qualifying tournament, which West Indies failed to get through for the last World Cup.
You see the results. Failing to qualify directly for a World Cup. Nice turn away from the right-handed batter. Both men and women team unable to make it through out of the qualifiers.
In the air, we've seen some action in that area today. Just a single. He breaks a well and through the on from Tikshana. Showed all his skill. So prolific in the T20 game. All that experience is coming up here now. Gone big, Morty. That's into the wind. And gone. Walting Shana. Assisted win. Caught Milan. Gone. Go to catch Morty.
Love that you said assisted win, because you see how long it took for the ball to come down. The fielder had so much time in the wall. It was high up in the air. Not a lot of height on it, not a lot of distance. The fielder had enough time to judge exactly where it was going and settle under it. So Tikshana, skipper, decided that he's the man to get the wicket, and he did so. As good a catch 40, has to go back for 22. West Indies 214 for 6.
Matthew Ford, the next man in. Got 50 last summer against Ireland. Record-breaking 50 number of balls faced. They did similar heroics today. No reviews left. Into the 40th and into power play number 2, 214 for 6. Ten overs remain. Required rate of 9 per over. 4 wickets in hand. Equation for the West Indies. 4 wickets to get. Equation for Sri Lanka. Dushmanta Chamira pushes off just from before the boundary.
Straight money there, Chamira. Straight money.
Lucas Moti thought he got a big piece of that. Went high up in the air, but Milan, his initial step was back, as you said, Carlos, expecting that to fly over the boundary. But the assistance from the wind is always the risky option, hitting it in the air on that side. The wind so strong here at the spine of Park. Quick single taken. You must give credit to Kusal Mendes, his thinking in this bowling innings. Held back Tikshana. Felt like the time was right. Didn't want the partnership to grow between Chase and Moti. He needed him to strike, and that he did. So really good again from Kusal Mendes.
Collapsed. Dushmanta Chamira, 144 miles. Kilometers per hour. Middle stump full straight. Chase is gone.
Beaten for pace there on that occasion. Fast bowlers love that sight. It's not just being knocked back. Roston Chase just looking. Lift that one to the yarn side. Unfortunately, too quick for him to handle. He goes back for a 33. West Indies sinks in for the trouble. 216 for 7.
Alzari Joseph, the new batter. Not bad with his exploits with the bat in Test cricket, but we've not seen that at the ODI level just yet.
Yes, middle stump.
Rocking back the middle stump. Chamira. It's been excellent for Sri Lanka. His aggressive nature today.